Why is every 3th post here right-wing complaints? Real question is, why is almost all of the questions here are not controversial enough to be afraid to ask? 3th Mike Tyson, is that you? What do you think this is? Are not afraid to ask? Don't be dramatic. It's at least every 4nd1. I think I saw that post that probably inspired this one. The one asking about whether it's racist or not to dislike African Americans because of his subjective experience. I can come up with two possibilities. 1. Some of them genuinely are curious. Racism against whites is technically a thing, such as racist comments or name-calling, but not to the degree the whites are being systemically oppressed on a widespread level. Which is the part of it that these Redditors don't understand. Liberals hate to hear this. But white people don't have to just take racist, ignorant comments either. I certainly don't. Unlike these people though, I'm not a victim. So I don't need anyone to explain to me that I'm not. When it happens to me, I just shrug and say, nope. That's an ignorant thing to say, and move on. 2. As for the rest of them, whenever something involving progression in society happens, such as the civil rights movement or the Civil War, the more privileged group tend to act like they're the ones being ultimately victimized. Not understanding what people of color have to go through isn't the only culprit. But it's also entitlement that stems from a complete lack of willingness to at least try to put themselves into someone else's shoes. They think that it's everyone else's job to 100% put the effort into convincing them, instead of doing their own research and asking questions that they're perhaps not comfortable with. So they post these questions in order to gain leverage and to pose as being just curious, when they really just want to be right about something as a means to look ultimately right. Maybe they're afraid to ask. With virtually zero examples given as to what makes the poster think so. Irony. 4nd. Because this sub has become like off-micist and the likes. Many bait posts as well. 3th isn't a thing, it's 3rd. Obviously they feel afraid to ask for fear of being hated or persecuted, I guess. IDK? Dog. I got called a Nazi the other day posting an anti-slavery meme. This site can be full of ideologues. Some of them ask legit questions. Some are legit assholes. This is Reddit. Reddit and the internet in general is very intolerant of right-wing viewpoints. This entire subreddit is about stuff you wouldn't normally ask. Look, now I know math is hard, but 1 + 2 = 3. When I was younger I went to a punk bar a lot. This Nazi kid showed up. He seemed sad, alone, and at the time it didn't seem like that big a deal. He was polite, nice even. How could a bad guy be nice? It's not like he was going around macing Jews. It turned out to be that big a deal. He invited his friends, and their friends invited their friends. And suddenly my punk bar became a Nazi bar. Nazis are very good at deliberately hijacking and manipulating internet communities. It lets them build numbers, convert, and gives the illusion of a greater or stronger front. It creates the illusion of a consensus. They'll play dumb, but these people know what they're doing. Taking them seriously and engaging them was our first mistake. It was inviting the vampire in. We had to kick the Nazis out of the bar before they kicked us out. Which unfortunately involved me, a Jew, getting maced. I was far from the only person who got hurt. These people are like wildfires. Cancer or black mold, in need of early, aggressive treatment and containment, or else it's borderline unmanageable. No fucking Nazis at the party. Maybe consider there are some things that are within the realm of debate that you consider to be an integral part of your reality. For instance, whether we actually need a minimum wage. Man shrugging. The are, too, afraid to ask questions should be more careful to not ask questions that annoy me. I think you're letting your biases get in the way a bit, my friend. Not everyone thinks the same and folks have genuine questions. Those liberals are destroying our culture. 3 is no longer special and gets a number neutral th. They hate 3s. And are ruining it for the rest of us. They don't like exceptionalism and are trying to make everything a fourth-rate number. Next they are going to get rid of numbers entirely and everything will just be 1 th. And because everything is nothing is s. Read the posts that interest you. And skip the ones that upset you. There's plenty of room for both. Maybe it's Russia! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.